All right, YouTube viewers, today in studio I am joined by none other than Sean Pendergast. You may have heard him on the Jim Rome show as the five-time Smack-Off champion. Welcome to the Kige Ramsey show.
It's good to be here, Kige, at the YouTube Sports headquarters.
Yeah. Now let's talk about your job. You host a show on 1560 The Game.
Right. Afternoon show.
Now, how did that get started?
Well, some friends of mine were at another sports station in Houston, and they went to go start up 1560. They wanted to start up their own station, and getting into radio was something I'd always wanted to do. They knew that from the first time I lived in Houston. So when they started 1560, they got their list together, got to about the 25th person on the list, and it was me. I'm just kidding. I was their first choice. And they asked me if I wanted to host the afternoon show, so I host a show called The Sean and John Show. Yeah. Myself and John Harris, who writes for College Football News. And we host the show from 2 to 6. And the show is going on as we're taping this. I'm on vacation. This is how I roll on vacation. Yeah. I come hang out with Kige Ramsey in Russellville, Kentucky.
I'm glad to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Now, let's talk about Houston. They got the Houston Texans down there. Of course, their old team is now the Titans.
Yes.
Which I'm very proud of.
Well, yeah. There will be people in Houston watching this video who will be none too happy about me sitting near a Titans logo, Kige. I got to tell you.
And to give you this, Houston fans, you should be the Houston Oilers.
Should have left the history in Houston.
Yeah, we should have left y'all the history down there.
Like they did with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it with that.
Yeah, but
how are the Houston Texans going on? You ever interviewed John McClain?
Oh, I know John McClain well. John McClain listens to our show. He's got a show on the other station I was telling you about. He's got a show on that station, but I see John out at a lot of the the sport, Rockets games and Texans games, and John listens to the Sean and John show. And I know he's big here in this area. I know he does a show in Nashville. He's huge in Nashville.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So the Texans this season, I think, will probably be an improved team. They'll be a better team. They're a deeper team than they've been.
Yeah, the problem is they're in the AFC South, right?
That's a big problem. They're in the AFC South. Their schedule is everybody's schedule in the NFL is difficult to some degree, but just the way the Texans' schedule is lined up. They play 4 of their first 5 games on the road, all against playoff teams, including the Titans. So it's one of those things where, on paper, they may be better than a lot of these teams are going to play, but if they get off to a slow start, if they start out 1-3, 1-4, what kind of psychological effect does it have on them?
Well, that wraps up part 1, and I'll be back later with part 2.